Hi, thank you for joining me in Wilderness with Monty. Today I'm fishing at Long Lake, and this is the Long Lake that's up the Bishop Pass trailhead above South Lake. And I heard there's really good fishing by the inlet in the back of the lake, but I'm seeing really nice fish cruising around right here, like 5 feet from shore. So I'm going to start here, and then I'm going to go from there. What I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be fly fishing to start. You know, I did a lot of fly fishing yesterday. My arm was really sore. I caught about 30 trout fishing, 2 clips for YouTube and 1 clip for my Patreon. But I got my brace on, I massaged it, I worked on it. It feels a lot better already. So I'm gonna do some fly fishing. And for the first time on my Patreon, I fly fished left-handed. It wasn't pretty, but I can do it. So if my arm gets sore, I can always go to the left hand if I have to, because this is a lake, I don't need the precision that I usually do. I'm gonna be fishing a beadhead nymph, and I'm just fishing a short leader because it's pretty windy, and I'm fishing about a 7-foot leader to start, and if that doesn't do it, I can always go longer, but if I can go shorter, I will, because shorter is always easier. And I'm seeing fish right on the shore. So let's just go down and start doing some fishing and see if I can catch some fish in Long Lake near Bishop Pass off the Bishop Pass trailhead. All right. There we go. There we go. They weren't hitting that beadhead, so I got something smaller on that doesn't have a beadhead, and I've gotten several strikes on it already. And this is a rainbow. The rainbows were being a little on the finicky side, and this same fish that I saw cruising already rejected me once. So here he is. My first Long Lake rainbow, and I know they get bigger than this because I've seen bigger fish than this already. Get him back out there. There he goes. And like I said, I switched flies to this little pheasant tail. Still hovering behind my same bush. I'm going to move on in a second, but before I do, I would like to see if I can get... There are several brookies feeding out here, and I'm seeing them. And because I'm seeing them, it makes me want to catch them. So I'm gonna get this out there and see if I can't get one to strike. I'm just waiting for the wind. The wind is pretty bad right in my face. I should just go find a place where it's not so windy right in my face. The wind in my face when I'm trying to fish so close to shore is kind of tough. So I'm gonna go over here and fish this shoreline where the wind will be at my back, because that's kind of what I need. There we go. Go for it. Yep, he got it. He got it. Yeah, that's a nice brookie. He's in the bushes though. I got him in the bush. Get out of that bush, brookie. I gotta go in there. I gotta go in. Get out of that bush. Okay. Yeah, they're going for this fly with no beadhead. Let me get my hand wet, and then I'll show you this fish. There we go. That's a nice brookie right there for an alpine lake. Loving every second of it, boy. Oof. Whew, there he goes. There he goes. He went straight to the depths. Back into the corner of the lake, and I sat here and I'm watching these fish feed back here, and they're feeding on something down by the weed, something down deep. So I'm gonna put another beadhead on, because the fish nothing is feeding on the surface here. They're all cruising this weed bed, and they're going back and forth down there. So I'm gonna put on a beadhead and let it sink down and see if I can't get down into their range. I'm not saying it's gonna work, but that's what I'm gonna do. One good sized rainbow cruised by, but I'm seeing a lot of nice brookies down there. And they're going back and forth, and they're cruising this weed bed, and they're down deep. And they're not, so I don't know. When I put the beadhead on before, they really weren't too excited to hit it, but that doesn't mean it's not going to work now, because this condition seems a little bit different, and the fish are feeding down there. So maybe if I get down to where they're feeding, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. I don't know. I mean, they already rejected it once. One just took it and he just jumped. He jumped twice and fell off. But they're hitting this thing. It took a while. What it is you just got to let it go down there and let it sit. And he hit that thing. He jumped 2 times. It was actually a little rainbow. I'm trying to get one of these brookies to bite. Tell what they're feeding on out there, but it ain't what I got. I mean, I got this guy to bite, but this is like the smallest fish that I see swimming around down there. And I'm gonna have to try something else. That nymph I got ain't working. I bought a big variety, so I should be able to find something. Let me get down here. I'm gonna have to get my hand wet on the net because I can't really reach the water. So what I do is I get the net nice and wet. Then I get the fish in the net. Then I get my hand wet on the net, and I'm good to go. So there it is. There's a little garden variety Sierra brookie. Not what I'm looking for. I saw there's a big rainbow swimming around down there. There's other stuff, so I gotta make some adjustments. Rainbow's jumping all over. What I found is, man, trout are a lot like people. You know, you got your wise ones that just they're not gonna bite much. And then you got the ones where you throw it in and they just swim over and attack it. And I had a larger rainbow do that earlier, and nothing else wanted my fly. But when I threw it in front of that one, it just went nuts for it. So I don't know. I'm just going to have to keep moving and trying. Let me get my hand wet, and I'm going to get this guy off and show you this pretty little guy. And here he is. He's not the biggest fish, but it's a nice little fun fish to catch on a fly rod. Get him out there. And when I put that fly in front of that fish, it just swam right over and grabbed it. And then, like a lot of them, are just ignoring it, my nymph, and I'm just using this little bead head. And I got these ants that got on me that bite and they suck. And you know, I think I just got to keep moving and keep looking for those reckless fish. I need the guy that's like riding a motorcycle 130 miles an hour. You know, he lives dangerously. I need some fish that live dangerously. My main problem today has been I'm being stubborn, and I'm seeing fish that don't want to bite, and I keep switching flies, and I'm wasting so much time. Whereas if I just keep moving and find new fish that aren't spooked, I should do okay. And here it is. Nice little rainbow, nothing huge. Oh, there's a fish right there. I don't want the small one, not the little one, not the little one. A lot of times, I've let a couple times fish have come. I've had fish come and bite my line, and I pull it away, or I just let the little one bite it, and then I just don't set the hook. And I just let it bite it, chew on it, and spit it out because I don't want the little ones, you know? Figuring out is if I see them coming, and I can drop the fly within a foot of their face, right in front of them, get my hand wet, I can get them to strike. And that's how I caught the last couple fish. Not getting any big fish yet. And like I said, everybody told me to go to the inlet, but I'm clear on the other side of the lake now, so I don't think the inlet's gonna happen. And there we go, nice little brookie. Nothing to write home about, of course, but we'll get them back in the water. That's when I seem to get the most interest, when they're swimming along. They haven't gotten good at my act yet. Like there's one coming right now. And I just toss it right in front of them like a foot away. And they just instinctively swim up and grab it. Some behind the bush action going here. There's a log jam over there that looks really interesting. This guy's all wrapped up in my leader. There he goes. There we go. Nice little brookie. Get him back in the water. There he goes. And again, I'm finding new fish that don't know what's going on, and I'm just dropping this thing close to them, and they're just swimming over and grabbing it. Brookie down there, I don't think he knows I'm here. He does now. He freaked out. Oh, he went for it, and I jumped the gun. He went for it, and I jumped the gun. Oh, I jumped the gun. I couldn't see my fly and I thought, there we go. I got the smaller one. The bigger one went for it. I jumped the gun and I pulled the fly right away from it. Oh, this is a colorful sucker. There's some kind of an inlet or outlet down here. I think it should be pretty good. But I love catching these colorful brookies, man. And this isn't a bad fish. The one that I pulled the fly away from, so this smaller fish could get it, was better. There he is. The smaller fish I caught because I pulled it away from the bigger fish. Isn't that just me? That is so me. Holy crap. There's this log jam and there's a bunch of nice brookies in here. I can just see them swimming around in the various holes. And if I'm gonna get this guy, I think I'm gonna try to just tuna fish him out of there because I don't want to spook the rest of the log jam. I might even go fish this creek a little bit. Just gotta get this in there. Just gotta get this in there. Couldn't do it. I have to go for the long range. There's like 5 nice brookies over there. I'm gonna have to get this over the top. Oh, I hooked the log. No! No! Whew. I just crawled up onto this grass and I saw this fish cruising out there and I threw it really quick and he didn't even hesitate, man. And like I said, the fish that don't see you and they don't know it about you yet, those are the easiest fish to catch. Let me get this. I'm gonna get my hand wet on the net because I can't really get down into the water. Get my hand wet, good. And it's a nice little rainbow. Got some nice bronze tones to him. Get him back in the water. There he goes. He's looking good. Look at how amazing that looks. There's like a vein of some iron or something in the granite when it cooled, you know? It's just weathered to death. And just look at all the colors, man. The colors are just amazing. What a place to spend the day. Nice one. Darn it. I mean, it wasn't huge, but he turned me down twice and then I threw it back out there and he came back and he just nailed it. As soon as the wind chop came on, he was all over it. Darn it. All right, we got some fish cruising out here. He's come for it. He came right up and grabbed it. He didn't even hesitate. He didn't even hesitate. Got to get him over this log though. There we go. I saw him cruising. There you go, little guy. Nice little rainbow. Oh, that was a good one. That was fun. Another one, he just came swimming along. Oh, I'm all wrapped up. No, don't be wrapped up. Now's not the time to be wrapped up. Oh, there he goes. There we go. I just flipped that out there and it's a nice brookie. There he is. Yeah. There's a nice brook trout. Look at that boy. Get on back in there, son. There's one right there. Come on, son. Go on up and get it. Go on up and get it. Oh, come on, son. Don't do that to me. There you go, son. Go up and get it, son. Yes. See? I'm in a different part of the lake. I got my rhythm down. I haven't fished a lot of alpine lakes because the snow just cleared. So I'll get my rhythm. I'll get better as the year goes. Trust me, I'll get better. There you go, little brookie. Not as good as last one, but you know, I'll take whatever I see swimming along. And I'm just tossing this beadhead out there and boom, boom. That's gonna do it. I mean, it's still early. I got plenty of time. I was gonna shoot a spin fishing clip too. Man, I shot 3 fly fishing clips yesterday, 1 today. I gotta drive home and start editing some of this stuff, so. But it was fun. And there's something about that moment
when you see a trout cruising and you throw your fly out there and you see it going for it, there's nothing more primitive where you're just like, oh, 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 oh. You just want to get that thing. You're like a full caveman on that fish. Let me tell you something. It's something, and it's a feeling of adrenaline I can never get enough of. And I gotta pull the plug now. I gotta filter some water. I gotta hike out of here, and I gotta text my brother before it gets dark so he doesn't call the sheriffs and send search and rescue out after me. I got plenty of time for that. But it was great, you know. I'll give my performance today about a 6 on the lake because I saw some really nice fish. There's some big rainbows in here. I saw one that had to be like 14 or 15 inches. And that it was the biggest fish I saw for the day, and I even tied on a woolly bugger to try to get it. But it was at that point, it was just dumb. I was just acting dumb. And you know, usually when the fish look at it and reject it once, they're not going to come back for seconds. I might continue to cast at them, but it isn't going to make a difference. Maybe twice today that happened. But I caught a lot of fish, and it was good. This is my first day up in the Alpine Lakes, and there's going to be a lot more coming. I'm going to go home and start working on my arm. I got my brace on. I'm going to ice it and massage it and get ready for next week. I'm going again next week, and I'm going, as much as I can. So it was a great day. So I hope you enjoyed a day of fly fishing at Long Lake. Not the Long Lake in the Little Lakes Basin, but the Long Lake out of the Bishop Pass Trailhead. And it was a great time. So thank you for joining me on Wilderness with Amani. Until next time.